You know what's crazy? Right now, someone just like you is nodding their head, understanding every single word in an English conversation. But when it's their turn to speak, silence.
Complete freeze mode. And here's what nobody talks about. It's not about your English level. It's about knowing what to say, when to say it.
Exactly. You're not dumb, you're not bad at English, you just never learned the situations.
Think about it. When your boss says, "Can we talk?" in the hallway, do you freeze? When someone at a coffee shop asks, "For here or to go?" does your mind go blank even though you understand them perfectly?
That's because you've been learning English the wrong way, and today we're fixing that in less than 20 minutes.
But first, quick question, and be honest. Have you ever pretended you didn't hear someone speaking English just to avoid responding?
Because if you have, you're about to find out why that happens and, more importantly, how to never let it happen again.
And I know what you're thinking. Is this another grammar lesson?
Nope, zero grammar, zero boring explanations, just real patterns you can copy-paste into your life starting today.
But here's the thing we need to address first. Why do you understand everything but can't speak? We'll answer that in a second, but there's something even more important you need to know first.
So here's what's really happening. You're in a meeting at work, your colleague asks, "What do you think about the proposal?" And suddenly your brain has 1,000 thoughts, but your mouth? Nothing.
Or you're at a party. Someone says, "So, what do you do for fun?" And you know the answer. You do have hobbies, but the English just disappears.
And the worst part, they're waiting, looking at you, and every second of silence feels like an hour.
You end up saying something super basic like, "Yes," or "I think good," and you know you sound awkward.
Then you go home and replay that conversation in your head, and suddenly all the perfect responses come to you.
"I should have said this. Why didn't I say that?" But in the moment, your mind was completely empty.
And here's what really hurts. You watch English movies, you understand podcasts, you even understand when native speakers talk fast, but when it's your turn,
You feel like a fake, like you wasted years learning English and you still can't use it when it actually matters.
maybe you avoided a job opportunity because you were scared of the English interview.
Or maybe you stayed quiet in a group conversation and people thought you were rude or uninterested, but really, you just didn't know how to jump in.
Some of you even feel jealous when you see others speaking English confidently, even though their grammar is worse than yours.
So why does this happen? Is your English actually bad?
No, and we'll prove it to you right now, but first you need to understand the one thing English teachers never tell you, and this is the real reason you're stuck.
All right, here's the truth bomb. You don't have an English problem, you have a situation problem.
What does that mean? Think about your native language for a second. Do you speak the same way to your boss and your best friend?
No, with your friend you're relaxed, you use slang, you joke around. With your boss, completely different words, different tone, different everything.
You don't even think about it. Your brain automatically switches based on the situation.
But in English, nobody taught you that. They just taught you random sentences without context.
You learned "how are you," but nobody told you that you can't say that to your boss the same way you say it to your roommate.
You learned "I want coffee," but not "could I grab a coffee" for professional settings, or "want to grab coffee" for friends.
So when you're in a real situation, your brain panics because it doesn't know which English fits.
It's like having a closet full of clothes but not knowing what to wear to a wedding versus a gym. You have the clothes, you just don't know when to use what.
And here's what makes it worse. English teachers focus on grammar rules, but grammar doesn't tell you what to say when someone asks, "How was your weekend?" at work.
Do you give them your whole life story? Do you say it was good and sound boring? What's the right amount to say?
Nobody teaches you that rhythm, that flow, that natural back and forth.
So you freeze because you're trying to translate from your language, build a grammatically perfect sentence in your head, and by the time you're ready to speak,
The conversation moved on. Everyone's talking about something else now.
and that's exactly why understanding English is easy, but speaking it feels impossible.
But wait, if this is the problem, then what's the solution?
Hold on, because the solution is simpler than you think, but there's one more thing you need to know before we give you the formula.
Most people try to fix this by learning more vocabulary or more grammar, and that actually makes it worse.
Why? Because you're adding more clothes to the closet when the problem isn't what you have, it's knowing what to wear when.
So here's what we're going to do instead. We're going to give you situation-specific patterns that you can use immediately.
Not sentences to memorize, but patterns you can adapt.
And we're starting with the most common situation that trips everyone up. The most common situation, small talk, that casual conversation that happens everywhere, at work, at the store, waiting for the elevator.
And it's the one that makes people panic the most because it feels so unpredictable.
Someone says, nice weather today, right? And you're thinking, do I talk about weather now? For how long? What do I say next?
So here's the formula, and listen carefully because this changes everything.
Every English conversation has 3 parts: the opener, the bridge, and the exit.
Native speakers use this automatically, but nobody teaches it.
Let me show you real quick. Imagine you're at a coffee shop. Someone in line says, wow, it's so crowded today.
That's their opener. Now, most learners either say yes and kill the conversation, or they panic and say nothing.
But here's what native speakers do. They agree plus add. That's the bridge.
So you say, yeah, it's always packed on Mondays, or, right, I should have come earlier.
See what happened? You agreed with them and added one tiny detail. Now the conversation can breathe.
Then they might respond. You do one more back and forth, and then comes the exit. All right, nice chatting with you. Or, well, enjoy your coffee.
Opener, bridge, exit. 3 steps. That's it.
And this works for every casual situation: grocery store, gym, office kitchen, anywhere.
But here's where people mess up, and this is critical. They try to make the bridge too long.
They think they need to tell a whole story or be super interesting, so they freeze trying to think of something impressive.
No, the bridge is just one sentence. Agree plus add one detail.
Let me give you 5 ready-to-use bridges right now for small talk.
Wait. Before we do that, you need to know the difference between casual and formal situations, because if you use casual patterns in a formal setting,
You'll sound disrespectful or unprofessional even if your English is perfect.
and that's actually more embarrassing than not speaking at all.
So casual versus formal, what's the actual difference in English?
It's not just about saying hi versus hello. It goes way deeper than that. And once you see the pattern,
You'll never mix them up again. But here's the thing, formal English also has the opener bridge exit structure.
it just uses different words and a different rhythm.
For example, in a casual situation, if someone says, "How was your weekend?" you can say, "Pretty chill, just hung out at home."
But at work, if your manager asks the same question, pretty chill sounds weird.
You'd say something like, "It was nice and relaxing. I spent some time with family."
Same meaning, totally different vibe.
And that's exactly what we're breaking down next, the casual patterns versus the formal patterns, so you always know which one to use.
But before we get there, quick question. Have you ever used casual English in a formal situation and immediately regretted it?
Like said yeah to your boss instead of yes, or called a client dude by accident?
Drop a comment right now and tell us your most awkward formal casual mix-up story. We read every single one.
All right, let's start with casual situations first, because these are actually harder than formal.
So why is casual English harder? Because it's unpredictable.
In formal situations, there's a script. Meetings have agendas, interviews have expected questions. But casual, someone can say literally anything.
Nice shoes. Cold today, huh? You look tired. Random topics, 0 warning.
So here's your casual conversation survival pattern, and this works for friends, classmates, neighbors, anyone in a relaxed setting.
Pattern number 1, the relay. Think of conversation like a ball. They throw it to you, you catch it and throw it back. Don't hold it too long.
They say, "This coffee is so good."
Bad response. Yes, you caught the ball and dropped it. Conversation dead.
Good response, "Right? I come here all the time. You caught it and threw it back."
Or, I know, have you tried their iced coffee? Now they have to respond.
See the pattern? Agree plus a tiny detail plus optional question. That's the relay.
Let me give you 5 plug-and-play phrases for casual situations right now.
Someone compliments you. "Thanks, I actually just got it." Or, "Oh, this, I've had it forever."
Someone complains about something. Tell me about it. Or, I know, right?
Those 2 phrases alone, "Tell me about it," and "I know, right?" will carry you through so many casual conversations.
Someone asks about your day. Don't say, good. Say, pretty good, just been busy with work. Or, not bad, kind of a lazy day, honestly.
Notice the pattern? You're not giving essay answers, just adding one extra sentence.
Someone mentions they're tired or stressed. Same here. Or, I feel you, it's been a crazy week.
And here's the secret weapon for casual English: filler words.
Native speakers say like, you know, I mean, honestly, literally, all the time.
It sounds less robotic. Compare these: I am tired versus I'm like super tired.
Which one sounds more natural? The second one.
But here's the mistake everyone makes with casual English. They try to use slang they heard in movies.
They say, "What's up, dog?" or "That's lit, fam," and it sounds so forced and unnatural.
Because slang has to match your age, your context, your personality.
A 14-year-old professional saying, "That's fire, bro," to a colleague? Awkward.
So instead of copying slang, use these safe casual connectors. Yeah, totally. For sure. Makes sense. Fair enough.
These work for anyone, any age, any situation where it's relaxed and friendly.
Let's do a quick practice. I'll say something casual, you respond in your head, then Mia will give you the natural response.
Ready?
Man, Mondays are the worst, right?
Natural response? Tell me about it. I need more coffee. Or, I know, I'm already counting down to Friday.
See? Agree, add, done. You didn't need to be funny or clever, just natural.
One more. Have you seen the new coffee shop downtown?
Not yet. Is it good? Or, yeah, actually, I went last week.
That's it. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just keeping the ball moving.
Now here's what you need to avoid in casual English.
Don't be too formal. If someone says, "Want to grab lunch?" don't say, "Yes, I would be delighted to accompany you."
You sound like a robot. Just say, sure, sounds good. Or, yeah, I'm down.
And don't over-explain. Casual English is short and bouncy, not long and detailed.
But now here comes the tricky part. What happens when the situation changes?
You're chatting casually with a coworker by the coffee machine. Suddenly, your boss walks in and joins the conversation.
Do you keep the casual vibe or switch to formal?
Or you're in a job interview, it's very formal. Then the interviewer says, "So, what do you do for fun?" Do you answer casually or formally?
This is where most people freeze because they don't know which mode to use.
And that's exactly what we're solving next: formal situation patterns and how to switch between casual and formal smoothly.
Because formal English isn't about sounding fancy, it's about sounding respectful and professional.
Okay, formal English. This is where people think they need to sound like Shakespeare or use big vocabulary words.
Wrong. Formal English is just structured and polite, not complicated.
The biggest difference? In casual, you can be vague. In formal, you need to be clear and complete.
Casual, want to meet up later? Formal, would you be available for a meeting this afternoon?
See? Same question, but formal gives more information and uses softer language.
Here's your formal situation pattern, the cushion. You cushion everything to sound respectful.
Instead of "I want," you say "I would like" or "I was wondering if."
Instead of do this, you say could you please or would it be possible to?
You're not being weak, you're being professional.
Let me give you the 5 most powerful formal phrases that work in any professional setting.
Number 1, when you need something, would it be possible to?
Would it be possible to reschedule our meeting? Would it be possible to get an extension on this?
Works every time. You're asking, not demanding.
Number 2, when you disagree or have a different opinion, I see your point, however, or that's a good perspective, though I was thinking.
Never start with "no" or "I disagree." Always acknowledge them first, then add your view.
Number 3, when you don't understand, don't say what or I don't understand.
Say, "Could you clarify that for me?" or "just to make sure I understand correctly."
It sounds like you want to be precise, not that they were unclear.
Number 4, when you made a mistake, "I apologize for the confusion," or "Thank you for bringing that to my attention."
Not, sorry, my bad. That's too casual for professional settings.
And number 5, the magic phrase for buying time, "That's a great question. Let me think about that for a moment." Or, "I'd like to give that some thought and get back to you."
You sound thoughtful, not clueless.
Now here's the formal conversation structure. It's longer than casual.
Casual conversation, quick in, quick out. Formal conversation, greeting plus small buffer plus main point plus polite closing.
Example, your boss asks, "Can you finish this by tomorrow?"
Bad response, no. Too direct.
Better response, I'm currently working on the Johnson report, but I can prioritize this if it's urgent.
See what happened? You didn't just say no, you explained your situation and offered a solution.
That's the formal pattern. Context, response, next step. Let's practice. Boss says, we need someone to lead the presentation next week.
Formal response, I'd be happy to take that on. Should I coordinate with the team or would you like to brief me first?
Perfect. You accepted and asked for clarification. You sound proactive, not passive.
One more. Client says, this isn't exactly what we discussed.
Formal response, I apologize for the confusion. Let me review our notes and make sure we're aligned on the details.
You didn't get defensive. You stayed professional and solution-focused.
Now here's what trips people up. Formal English uses more words, not bigger words.
You think you need to say utilize instead of use or terminate instead of end.
No, just use normal words in a complete, polite
Could you
structure.
please send me the file? Is perfect formal English. No fancy vocabulary needed.
And here's the secret about formal situations. They're actually easier because they're more predictable.
Meetings, emails, interviews, they follow patterns. Once you know the patterns, you just plug in your information.
But there's one thing we haven't covered yet, and this is what makes you sound truly natural.
Because right now you have casual patterns and formal patterns, but real life isn't black and white.
Sometimes you need to be professional but friendly, serious but approachable.
And that's where the flow comes in. How to sound natural, how to use rhythm, how to blend casual and formal.
Plus, the slang and expressions that actually make sense for adults, not the weird stuff from TV shows.
Because here's the truth, native speakers mix casual and formal all the time, depending on the vibe.
You start formal in a meeting, but once everyone's comfortable, it gets more casual. How do you read that shift?
Or you're texting a coworker. Is that casual or formal? What about your boss?
And what about those tricky phrases like let me know or sounds good? Are those professional or too casual?
That's what we're breaking down right now. All right, here's what nobody tells you about sounding natural. It's not about what you say, it's about the rhythm.
Native speakers don't speak in complete, perfect sentences all the time.
They pause, they restart, they use connecting words. So, basically, you know what I mean? Anyway.
That's the flow. It's messy, it's human, it's real.
Let me show you. Compare these two. I think we should postpone the meeting because several people are unavailable.
Versus, so I was thinking maybe we should postpone because, a lot of people can't make it.
Both say the same thing, but which one sounds more natural?
The second one, because it has rhythm, it has those little connectors.
Here are the magic connector words that make you sound fluent. So, anyway, actually, honestly, I mean, basically.
Sprinkle these into your sentences and suddenly you sound like a native speaker.
So, I was thinking we could try that new restaurant.
Honestly, I'm not sure if I can make it tomorrow.
Anyway, how was your weekend?
See, these tiny words make everything sound more natural.
Now, let's talk about slang, and this is important. Not all slang is for you.
If you're 25, you can say, that's dope, or no cap. But if you're 40, it sounds weird.
So here's the age-appropriate, situation-appropriate slang that everyone can use safely.
For showing agreement. Totally. Absolutely. For sure. Definitely.
These work in casual and semi-professional settings. Your friend says, that movie was great. Totally. Your coworker says, we should finish this today. Absolutely.
For showing surprise or interest. No way. Really? Seriously? Wow.
Simple but effective. Someone says, I'm moving to Japan. No way. When?
For casual responses. Sounds good. Works for me. I'm down. Let's do it.
These replace the boring okay and yes. Much more natural.
Now here's the advanced part. Reading the room and switching your style.
You're in a team meeting, everyone's being formal, suddenly someone cracks a joke and everyone laughs. The vibe just shifted.
Do you stay stiff and formal or do you relax a bit?
You relax, but you don't go full casual. You meet them in the middle.
Example, before the joke, you'd say, I agree with that approach. After the joke and laughter, you can say, yeah, I'm totally on board with that.
Same meaning, slightly more relaxed. You matched the energy.
And that's the real skill, matching energy, not following rules.
If someone texts you, "Hey, how's it going?" with energy, don't respond with, "I am fine, thank you."
Match their energy. Hey, pretty good. How about you?
Exclamation points, casual words, same vibe.
Now let's talk about those tricky in-between phrases. Are they professional or not?
Let me know. Totally professional. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Sounds good. Professional and casual. Works in emails, texts, conversations.
No worries. Casual professional. Safe for most work situations when someone apologizes.
My bad. Too casual for formal work. Use my apologies or I apologize instead.
Yeah versus yes. Yeah is fine in relaxed work environments, but in interviews or with clients, stick with yes.
Here's a quick cheat sheet. If you're unsure, lean slightly more formal, then adjust based on how they respond.
They respond casually, you can relax a bit. They stay formal, you stay formal.
It's like a dance. You're following their lead until you get the rhythm.
Now here's the ultimate test. Can you hold a natural back and forth conversation without planning every word?
Let's simulate a real situation right now. Casual office chat.
Hey, did you catch the game last night?
Natural response, nah, I missed it. Was it good? Or, no, I'm not really into sports, honestly.
Perfect. You kept it moving. Oh man, it was crazy. Went into overtime.
No way. Who won? Or, wow, sounds intense.
See that? Back and forth. Natural. No freezing.
Because you're using the patterns, agree or acknowledge, add a tiny bit, keep it flowing.
One more. Professional setting. We're a bit behind schedule on the project.
Natural response, yeah, I noticed that. Should we prioritize certain tasks? Or, I see, what can I do to help us catch up?
Perfect. You acknowledged the problem and offered to be part of the solution.
That's the difference between someone who learned English and someone who can use English.
You're not translating in your head anymore. You're responding with patterns.
And here's the beautiful part. The more you use these patterns, the more automatic they become.
In 2 weeks, you won't even think about it. You'll just know what to say.
But you have to start today, not tomorrow, not next week.
Because here's what happens if you don't start now.
If you don't start using these patterns today, here's what's going to happen. 6 months from now, you'll be in the exact same position.
Still understanding everything, still freezing when it's your turn to speak, still going home replaying conversations, wishing you said something different.
But if you start right now, literally after this video, and use just one pattern from what we taught you,
In 2 weeks, people will notice you're different. You'll jump into conversations, you'll respond naturally, you'll feel confident.
and that's why you need to subscribe to this channel right now, not because we want numbers, but because you need the next pattern.
We just gave you casual, formal, and natural flow, but there are dozens more situations we haven't covered yet.
What about disagreeing politely? What about making requests without sounding pushy? What about phone calls in English?
Each video we drop is one more situation you'll never freeze in again.
So hit that subscribe button like you're claiming your English confidence, because that's exactly what you're doing.
And here's your homework. Go to the comments right now and type one phrase you learned today that you're going to use this week.
Not great video or thanks, actually type the phrase, I'm down, or that's a great question, let me think about that.
Why? Because typing it out is the first step to using it, and we want to see what you're taking away from this.
Plus, when you comment, you're way more likely to actually use what you learned. It's a commitment.
Now smash that like button if you finally understand why you freeze even though your English is good.
And share this video with one friend who needs to see this, someone who understands English but struggles to speak.
Tag them, send them the link because they're suffering in silence, thinking they're the only one.
They're not, and this video could change everything for them, just like it's changing things for you.
Next video, we're tackling the situation that terrifies everyone, interrupting conversations politely and jumping into group discussions without feeling rude.
Because right now, you wait for the perfect moment to speak, and that moment never comes, right?
We're solving that next week. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.
Remember, you don't have an English problem, you have a situation problem, and we are giving you the situation solutions.
One one pattern at a time, one situation at a time, until speaking English feels as natural as your native language.
So subscribe, comment with your phrase, like this video, and share it with someone who needs it.
Your English confidence journey starts right now.
See you in the next one.
Let's go!